Hey, what's going on, Turtle Nation? Today we're going to be doing a different type of video. We're going to be doing a story time video. I'm sure you'll find this story pretty interesting because I don't know. It was pretty fun time. Oh, sorry if you can hear me like messing around with my mic. I'm just trying to fix something. All right, but yeah, it was a pretty fun time what we did there. So basically, let's just get right into the story. So it was me and my friend. For my friend's birthday every year, he usually always goes to a hotel. Okay. And we were at like one of those cheap hotels that we just mess around with. It was like a Holiday Inn, I'm pretty sure. And so we were there, okay, and there's this deer game outside of our room. My friend got like over $100 for his birthday. So he spent over like $100 on this deer game. Okay, it's like one of those games where you have like the shotgun in your actual hand, and you like reload it every time, and it's like on the screen you shoot the deer. Yeah, he got into like the number 2 spot, I think, but he spent like over $100 because he just was like continue, and he just kept on putting money in. So we were doing that, all right, whatever. And the owner of this place, like, not trying to offend anybody or trying to be racist, but he's an Arabic man. Okay, we already knew this from the night before when he got in trouble at the place because it was like 3 a.m. and we really wanted to go swimming, but they locked up the indoor swimming pool. But they didn't lock it up that night. The door was not locked, so we went in there, and then the owner came in and said, "Yeah, we're not gonna kick you out or anything, but you're not supposed to be in here." We're like, okay, yeah. So then we went back into our room, whatever, that night, and it was over. The next day was the day when he spent all his money on that game, and then it was about like 3 a.m. and we went to the pool again, and they actually locked the doors this time, so we couldn't go back into the pool. And so we were just like running around the hotel room, going to the lobby because they had a computer in there, so we were just messing around with the computer and stuff. And then we went like way down, like near the pool area. They had a fuse box, like where you can turn on and off like the power to certain places. So anyways, we're walking down, and we just see this fuse box here, and it's just cracked open. So I'm like Owen, his name was Owen. I'm like, "Yo, Owen, you won't like flip the fuse?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, just like, yeah, just saying, oh yeah, you wouldn't do it." And he wasn't doing it right. So then we just keep on walking back and forth and keep on saying, "Oh, Owen, you should definitely do it." And then like an hour goes by. It's almost 6 a.m. It's about 5, like 10 maybe, somewhere around that time. And we're still just walking around. There's nobody at the front desk at this point. I guess they went somewhere. And so we walk back down, right? And so we walk back down. And we just look at the fuse box one last time, like, "Owen, bro, you won't do it. And then Owen just looks at me and he's like, "I bet you won't either." And then so I just like stare at the fuse box, like I just barely creak it open, and then I flick off the power, right? And then he's like, and then we're screaming, so I flick it back on. We hurry up, we bolt back down to our room. We jump into bed, we lock the door, and we can hear like footsteps like walking down, like kind of like that, like they're going like. It's kind of like the heavy, like, angry stepping thing, right? So then he's going down. We can hear somebody walking, right? So after we get back into our rooms, we hear him walking. We look at the little people. We see the owner. We see the owner of the hotel walking down the hall where the fuse box is. So then we end up I end up going out of the. Sorry, I ended up walking out of the hotel, out of our room. His parents were still asleep, so they didn't even know what was going on. I ended up walking out of the room, pretend like I'm tired. I go and I ask the hotel manager, like, "What just happened? Did the power just cut off or something?" And then he was like, "Yeah, it did." And then I was like, "Oh, how did what happened? Did like a blackout happen?" He's like, "No, it's just like the power went out." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then so I went back into my room. Well, it was my friend's room, but, I was with him. So we went back into there, and then, yeah, really nothing else happened for the rest of the night. We were leaving, actually, that morning. And I don't think we did anything else there. We sank to the pool the night before, and we did. Yeah, that was really all about what happened to that. And then, the guy just keeps on walking. He's like, "Yeah, somebody must have And then he comes back, like, he goes and checks the fuse box, and he comes back, he's like, yeah, somebody must, like, flicked off the fuse box by accident or something, I don't know what happened, it was left unlocked. And I was like, oh, who would even do that? That's, like, the dumbest thing ever. He's like, yeah, I really don't know who would do something like that. And so he just keeps on walking, he goes back behind the main lobby desk, and then just goes in the back. Me and my friend are trying so hard not to laugh. And then, yeah, nothing else really happened. He never really caught us, because there was no, only reason that I did end up doing it though was because there's no camera down that hall. So I was like, well, I mean, like, whatever, it's like we're leaving that day, so like, what, they're gonna kick us out of a little like hotel. It wasn't like an expensive hotel like a water park, it was just like it was like kind of like a Motel 6 hotel. It was just like Holiday Inn. So I mean, nothing really happened, so I wasn't really worried. But anyways, that's gonna be it of my first story time episode thing. Tell me if you like this. I thought it was a pretty fun experience. If you did, I might try to remember some more stories and share them in the future. But I just felt like doing a story time video. I don't know why. Every time we start making videos, I always start yawning. It's I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, thank you all you beautiful people for watching. That's really about it. That's my story, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Bye.